The bipartisan US Senate has recognized the McMahon Line as the international boundary between China and India. This resolution thus affirms Arunachal Pradesh as an integral part of India. The move has been made despite China's claims over the territory and its protests against visits by Indian leaders to the border areas. So what is McMahon Line? Now this border line runs from the eastern border of Bhutan along the crest of the Himalayas until it reaches the Great Bend in the Brahmaputra River. The river emerges from its Tibetan course to enter the Assam Valley here. Named after the chief British negotiator Sir Henry McMahon, the line was negotiated between Tibet and Great Britain at the end of the Shimla Conference, which was held between October 1913 and July 1914. It demarcated the frontier between Tibet and Assam in British India. Delegates of the Chinese Republican government also attended the Shimla Conference, but they refused to sign the principal agreement on the status and boundaries of Tibet. They argued that Tibet was subordinate to China and had no powers to make treaties. China maintains this position till date and claims that its territory extends farther southward to the base of the Himalayan foothills. Now, is America shifting its position on the India-China border disputes? Well, it might look so on the surface, but it is merely reiterating its traditional position on the Arunachal border. America has long recognized the McMahon Line as the legitimate international border between India and China. The first clear articulation of this position goes back to the Kennedy presidency. Once the war started between India and China in 1962, the then US Ambassador to India, John Kenneth Galbraith, issued a statement. He said, "The McMahon Line is the accepted international border sanctioned by modern usage. Accordingly, we regard it as the northern border of the region." During the 1962 war, Galbraith forced America to shift its position to favor India from the earlier neutral stand. But why now? And what's in it for America? The timing of the resolution comes as the US is trying to contain China by controlling technology exports, strengthening its military position in the South China Sea, and shifting supply chains from China to friendly countries like India. The US sees India as a valuable ally against China on both strategic and economic fronts. Moreover, the Quadrilateral Security Dialogue, or Quad, comprising the US, India, Australia and Japan, is viewed as an anti-China enterprise. Last year, the joint exercise organized by India and the US soldiers in Uttarakhand, close to the line of actual control, had also irked China. So what's in it for India? While the resolution is a diplomatic win for India, it also appears to be America's attempt to talk up India-China hostilities. This would help keep the two-front threat to China alive in the South China Sea and on the India-China border. The US may also seek to increase India-US military cooperation and insert itself into the border disputes between India and China. However, India's neutral stand on the Russia-Ukraine war has not gone down well with the Western countries, and China and India have already started dialing down the differences. While the US may see India as a counter to China, the possibility of peace between India and China presents a formidable challenge to America's global influence.